Hello and welcome to DarkMouse's Daily Scroll with me, DarkMouse.
Me, Thef.
And me, Hanaconda.
I am back after a weekend of camping. What a glorious weekend it was. Nice and sunny, not a lot of rain.
You didn't get too wet then?
No, not really.
Setting the tone of this episode completely, yeah?
But the tent did. The tent got soaked.
Oh, jeez, really?
Yeah, due in the morning.
That'll get you in the summer.
Yeah.
Right, so big week this week for Scrolls.
Indeed. Mojang are releasing their fourth resource, Decay, based pretty much around, it seems, detrimenting your opponent's units without outright killing them. Things like the new curse mechanic has been introduced, which I don't personally understand quite yet, but if anyone does, leave a comment, message me, or leave me in ignorance. It doesn't make a difference, really.
You won't be changing much either way, really.
So this week in Decay, the format's going to change a little bit. I am going to use only Decay cards, and I am going to only buy Decay cards for this week alone, which pretty much marks me in the new series as well. I'm going to be attempting a load of different deck designs. If any of you guys have anything in particular you want me to do, put a note in the comments, let us know.
With the scrolls, we should point out.
Yeah, with the scrolls. At the moment, I'm going to be working on a Gravelock deck, a full structure deck for energy, a quad resource deck, and a rats, bunnies, and wolf deck.
Yay!
Spirit Wolf challenged me.
Oh.
So we've gone straight into a quick match here.
Yep, we are playing against... I can't actually read that name without butchering it.
We will mention it at the end, I think.
J. Buckley 673. Fair enough.
Is that a husk you put down?
Yes, that's an undead husk, and I'm playing what looks like Decay against Decay. This is going to be very interesting. Apparently we're not the only ones who's gone sort of like, putrescent frenzy.
Well, to be fair, new set of cards. It's going to happen. Any CCG that gets a new deck will immediately have people playing it.
Oh, hell yeah. It's brilliant, particularly an electronic one. And also, for this week, and this week only, Decay, with Decay's new release, Mojang have thought fit to give a few bonuses. So, if people out there have decided that they want to play Scrolls, but are not sure if they want to shell out the money for it, and they're not sure how much they'll enjoy it, and they just want access to an absolute ton of cards at once. If you get an account with Scrolls and buy the game during this week, you will get a free pre-constructed Decay deck, all of your own, on top of the one you get to choose.
Hence why DarkMouse has one now.
Yes, courtesy of Thefia, who...
Because I finally have a Scrolls license myself.
Well, hey!
Which means I might start doing some episodes of my own!
Brilliant.
Possibly.
And what resources are you going for? Yeah, we could have a tournament.
This would be cool. I've gone for Order, personally, and some energy, because, well, hell, I play Talon Grey Knights in 40k and Angels in Magic, so it kind of fits.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And we also have Hanaconda with a license this time for Scrolls.
Yay! Yes, I'll be playing Growth as predicted, and possibly Decay, because it has rats.
And Decay is quite useful for stuff. Though what I have noticed is that there doesn't seem to be anything in the way of Decay memorials. Now, if you go on the Scrolls website, look at the changelog, it gives you an entire list of the Scrolls themselves. I've grossed up calling them cards, that's probably why my decks hate me. And none of there are memorials. There are, however, cards that have effects that if you fulfill certain criteria when you cast them, you will get one extra to your order, to your energy, or to your growth resource, which work kind of the same way as memorials, except obviously the extra effect of having to be able to play them well. Whereas with a memorial, you just go bang, I have more energy now, or more growth or resource, or order or whatever. So making that particular deck will be interesting, to say the very least. So, it still looks like we're Decay against Decay, and I only have an undead husk. This is going to be interesting. Not bad.
Also, while there's a slight lull here, big thanks again to TP's Tiger for the invaluable advice of pushing control while playing to be able to see all the stats all the time.
Yes, indeed.
Which is so bloody useful, especially for what we're doing here.
Oh yeah, I mean, I did that at one point. In one of the episodes, you'll probably see that I had all the idle stats and stuff up. And afterwards, we were sat thinking, how on earth did I do that? Seriously, what did I push?
You thought it was
a
a
what if
glitch
oop?
or something.
Yeah, we
maybe.
thought it was a glitch. We thought it was one of those wonderful glitches, but it's not.
No,
really
it's not a glitch. It is a legitimate thing, and thanks again for that.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, so how are you finding Decay to play so far?
It's interesting. I mean, the Decay pre-constructed deck is a bit difficult to use because from what I've found, you don't have a lot of low resource cards that are creatures generally. You've got the Undead Husks, they're 1 resource, and they're brilliant. They're a 3/2 creature with a countdown of 2. So every 2 turns they're dealing 3 damage. It's not too shabby, really. They're a lot cheaper than some of the Kinsmen from Growth and stuff. Now, Kinsmen from the Growth go off every time, but they only do 2 damage. Lol. There are a few cards in Decay, actually, that allow you to enchant your creatures so that when they die, they become Undead Husks.
Nice.
A bit like the Illthorn Seed from Growth, whereby you enchant that to a unit or something, and when it dies, it becomes an Illthorn structure. Now, that's useful. Being able to turn your creatures into Undead Husks is more useful because they attack. And there you see that in action. I enchanted my own Undead Husk so that when it died, it turned into another Undead Husk.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
It was brilliant.
Incredibly useful.
Because once that one got poisoned from the that infected Gravelock, who every time he deals damage, poisons your creatures. As soon as it came back to my turn, because he only had 1 health left, he died. Oh look, I have a fully healed Undead Husk again. Brilliant. A lot of Decay's stuff seems to benefit you, but at the cost of damaging your units as well, which is interesting. It's not generally the way I play. Even in Magic, I won't do that. I hate damaging my own creatures. I'll sacrificing them just
You
to get
full on
extra
sack
effects.
them, but you won't damage them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hell, I only murder some of my own creatures because it's useful to me at the time, or because my own creatures are starting to piss me off.
You straight up exiled one of your own cards the other day.
Yeah, but it came back. And it won me the game.
Yes, good point. But my point stands.
Yes, but in Decay there's no exile.
Dead zombie.
Yep, that's a very that's a very dead Undead Husk. Figure that one out.
It's everywhere now. Piss in the wind, as you will.
Now with this deck, I wasn't
No,
entirely
seriously,
sure.
stop pissing in the wind.
Well, I wasn't sure what cards were in this deck. I did not look through it before I started playing with it. So, I've literally jumped in with a deck that I've never seen before. So this is going to be quite the interesting game. Now, Curse, if anybody knows what Curse does, again, let us know. Because that particular card, once its countdown hits 0, you can choose to inflict Curse 2 onto a unit.
Is it like poison? It does 2 damage per thing?
I
Or
thought
maybe
that
it
might be
dies
it.
in 2 turns.
Maybe, actually. No, because that would mean Curse 1 would be better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it does 2 damage immediately.
Possibly.
Because we'll see during this, because I, for the life of me, couldn't figure it out. I thought it might be, well, any of the above at some points.
Or it increases their countdown.
By 2. That's possible.
Yeah,
Huh.
that would be distinctly unpleasant, actually.
Particularly in a game where your countdown is quite, where your cards are quite
against
reliant
your
on
energy deck. Jesus.
Lol. Emily?
Anyway, I'm sure we'll have loads of people telling us what Curse is.
Well, I get
like,
people-
"Oh, you're so stupid, isn't it obvious?
You noob! Curse does this! Check the wiki!
It's where we just get smoked by the mighty
Actually-
voice of Total Biscuit.
Actually,
Yeah.
I checked the wiki last night and there was nothing about Decay at all on it yet.
No, there won't be. It's too new.
Wikis tend to be fan-written.
Yes.
So-
yeah.
And even the
I
fans are
realised
starting to go through and figure it out.
Yeah.
Now, now this person does Growth as well. Decay and Growth seem to work particularly well because they've got 2 Vitality Wells there that will heal their stuff, and those are going to be a bugger for me to shift because there's not really a lot I can do. Also, one thing to note: infected Gravelocks can't move. They have a move of 0. So every time they attack a creature, they'll poison it, so it'll take 1 damage at the beginning of your turn every turn, which will eventually kill it, unless you invest a lot in Growth and healing it quite a lot. But it can't move. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but I guess it's because it's a quite a potent card anyway. Now, I think there I put Infected Blight or something similar onto the Infected Gravelock. I'm not entirely sure though. I
Are
think
the
I missed
rest
that
of
one.
the Gravelock cards energy?
Most of them are energy cards, but there's a Gravehawk card, which is a Growth card, which gets extra stuff for every Gravelock on the field, I think.
Cool.
And you can use Growth Energy to fully heal one of the Gravelock cards to full health.
Because I was wondering if Decay fit in as well with the other
With the growth
types,
lots.
other than growth. Because with growth, it makes sense. You've got junkyards and you've got rats and the Decay. You know,
And the growth lots themselves. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess it all depends. I mean, there's cards in Decay that allow you to basically. I think every time there's a creature's killed or something, one of the cards, it's a creature card. I haven't been able to use it yet. It makes an undead husk next to it, I think.
That's cool.
Now, if you tap that with an automated forge, which produces gun automatons every 3 turns.
That would be amazing.
Exactly. You could just make a token creature deck, which I think for something like Scrolls would be amazingly difficult to do,
Or do
but
it
amazing
with
if you
bunnies.
managed it. Or with bunnies, yeah. So it'd be bunnies, the thing that makes undead husks, and the automated
It
forges.
doesn't matter if the bunnies have no attack because the husks can do the attacking instead.
Exactly, and then you've got the bunnies just to group up. And in all fairness, you could do that, group the bunnies around the undead husk, and then use something called grizzly grafting. Which, I'll hold off on the description for that for now, because I think it deserves a particularly dramatic entrance.
Yeah.
Now, this guy is managing to tear apart my idols. I'm doing significant damage to his as well, but, yeah, as you can see, I'm not doing particularly well. And I'm going to sack a Mage Rat for more cards. Because why the hell not? Now, that one is useful.
Explode the rat.
Indeed.
The rat is now everywhere.
What
So
did
I have-
arthritis do?
I think it poisons creatures adjacent to themselves. I'm not
Or
entirely
does it
sure.
damage them when they attack?
I think it might damage them when they attack.
Yeah.
Does 1 damage. Which is quite cool. So Decay seems to be... It's basically... The cards themselves do damage over time to other cards. Which is, I personally think, brilliant. It's a nice concept. It means that you don't outright destroy your opponents, so the resource value for those particular cards can be quite a bit lower. But it does mean that they are hell effective, particularly things like Infected Blight, whereby if that particular creature is killed off by poison, then Infected Blight spreads to another creature on that side.
So this opponent is actually using Decay and Growth.
Yep, and they're doing a bloody good job of it too. I am quite hard pressed here. I'm at 5 Decay resources, they're only at 3 of each. 3 Decay and 2 Growth. Which means generally I can get out the better Decay stuff, but they've got a better variety of things they can do. So then I've just cursed that Kinsfolk with the ability of that Curse Monger. Let's keep an eye on the Kinsfolk and see what happens. I think he has actually got quite a lot of enchantments on him now though. And yes, another one. I think that one deals 1 damage to him every time he attacks as well. So he shouldn't last very long, really. And now that's nice. Hex marks. If your creature would do damage to an idol, it does 3 more.
I quite like that one.
It's brilliant. It really tips the battle. If you just need to do 3 more damage just to that idol to win, hex marks will tip it in your favour every time.
Question, guys. Am I going insane, or is there new battle music as well?
There seems to be new
Does
battle music.
sound
Yeah,
better. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
not better, different.
this is true. I hadn't noticed that until you pointed
Is
that out.
that a background that you get often?
I think I've seen it before.
No, that one we've seen before.
Hmm.
But the music is like new and sounds. It's got kind of. It's pentatonic scales, so it's got that kind of Eastern feel to it.
Yeah, it does.
Well, the other one did too.
Yeah, true. They all kind of do, but this sounds very much like kind of Japanese pagoda music.
I think with the new resource that they've released, they've made a whole new load of changes as well, because the title screen is at night now.
It was a 1.4 gig download, dude.
Yeah, so they changed quite... Well, in all fairness, a new resource is a big thing in itself.
This is true.
But changes like the background don't take up much room. And they've changed quite a bit of the background of the title screen. It's now at night rather than during the day. They've added a new music, like you pointed out. I wonder what other changes they made. I should probably take a look through the changelog properly for that, but
Yeah,
for the moment...
We'll bring up the changelog properly tomorrow, because none of us have been bothered to read it yet.
Well, it's more the fact we haven't had a lot of time for it at the moment.
Are you one
Yeah.
of the peeps who isn't going to look at the list of scrolls available until you get them?
I will try not to. I did have a peek to see if there were any memorials.
Yeah.
But Patrick Gass was right, there are no memorials. So my quad resource decks could be quite difficult. I'll just point out here as well, that poison spore structure is brilliant because it reduces all of your opponent's units on that row, their attack by 1. So Mangy Rat only has an attack of 1. It now has an attack of 0.
Yeah.
Which means it does
that's
fuck
good.
all damage.
Does it still attack?
It still attacks, it just can't do anything.
Doesn't do it.
Which is brilliant if your opponent's playing bunnies, you can force them to duplicate again.
Why would you want to do that?
Because they're easy to kill.
For those that don't know, bunnies, if they're not attacking, they start with an attack of 0. If they have no attack, you haven't raised it in any way, they will instead create another bunny instead of attacking. Cassius is in the corner visiting. He is trying so hard not to just piss himself at this point.
The brilliant thing is, that means that you can have an exponential increase of bunnies, and then if you play a couple of Crimson Bulls, you just make all your bunnies particularly powerful. Use, I think there's a growth spell where all of your stuff gets countdown 0, and you have mass bunny rush.
You've got more rabbits than Sainsbury's.
Oh yeah.
Dude, just
Sweet.
laugh. Come on. Let it out.
Well,
I'm not sure if I was trying to make
We are joined this week by Cassius, who will be commenting more fully on an episode later.
and possibly even guest hosting. Or guest playing.
Definitely.
We have a vigorous nodding there.
Yes. Oh no, stop masturbating. Stop masturbating!
Oh dear. Why?
So, looking at the game here, you are not... you're not quite 1-for-1 on damage on the idols, because you've actually done quite a bit more, relatively.
I have, but take a look at that bitter root they put down. Every time an opponent attacks it, they get poisoned. Now that's clever. The Mangy Rat has an attack of 0. It didn't do shit to the undead husk, but it did poison it. Because it was poisoned, it only had 1 health left. It just died.
So
Yeah.
if you could make bunnies poisonous,
They would be horrifically powerful, yes.
but I don't think there is a thing to do that.
Poison bunnies.
Because they won't attack you if they're attack 0, even if they do poison them damage.
Okay, fair enough. But the rat had attack 0.
Yes, but it doesn't have the duplicate effect. It doesn't
Okay.
specifically state that if it's attack 0, it won't attack. The bunny does.
Yeah.
Now here's me trying to move the infected Gravelock. Why won't it move? Why can't I move it? Oh yeah, dipshit. It has a move of 0.
However, you just exploded an idol there.
Yeah,
How did you do that?
there's a card that when you enchant a creature or any unit with it, it raises its toughness by 2, but it deals 1 damage to the idol on that row of it.
Cool.
That idol had 1 health left.
Yay.
So I raised the bitter root to 4 health and took the idol out with it.
Nice.
Now my infected Gravelock is poisoned now, and that bitter root's now on 3 because they healed it with the Vitality Well. But it doesn't make much difference because that's 1 idol dead, and I don't need to worry about that row anymore.
Bitroot?
Bitter root.
We'll call it bitch root from now on.
Yeah. Oh god. The bitter root poisons stuff that attacks it.
Yeah.
There's another undead husk going down. I need to really focus up here because I've got my middle idol taken out, which means that I'm going to be spread very thinly across 4 rows basically to try and stop myself from losing a second.
So, in my never-ending quest to make this show at least mildly topical, slightly, possibly, a little bit, fuck you, EA.
Oh dear.
Fuck you. Bring out Dead Space 4. I'll declare you nibbies forever.
Oh dear lord. The 2 creature cards I just put down, the Maya Shambler, only has a defense of 1 and an attack of 3, but it moves to a random adjacent tile every time it attacks. So having it in like that's actually really useful.
I want that one now because it looks like Slender Man.
It looks quite cool. And that's in the pre-constructed deck, so you'll have it.
Yay!
It's quite cool. Because bear in mind, this is the one I'm playing with right now is the full pre-constructed Decay deck.
Which I moved card by card to his inventory, checking the box that said, yes, it's okay to move this card. Every fucking time. 50 fucking times.
I am very grateful for your efforts. So there's the bitter root, which I'm going to put down now.
Bitch root!
Yeah, that's the bitter root. That's going to go down at the top where the undead husk is, because poisoning one of his rather than having mine poisoned all the time is brilliant. Now the other creature I summoned not long ago is the Darkling, something Darkling. When its countdown hits 0, you can choose to sacrifice it rather than have it attack to deal 2 damage to an idol on that row.
Cool.
It's brilliant. It can really swing it. Now, Decay is good at stuff like that. Direct damage to idols, which bypasses creatures.
Not sure if I want that one or not.
Yeah. Well, play around
It's
the
useful.
Yeah.
play around the deck, see what fits. Because I mean, this Jay Bickley has found that mixing growth in with the decay is actually really useful for them.
Yeah.
Now there's also a card in there that reduces the attack of a creature by 5 until the end of the turn, which means you can really cripple someone's most powerful creature for a turn as soon as their countdown hits 0.
Fuck your cannon automaton, you get nothing.
Pretty much, yeah. It's brilliant for just reducing the amount of damage you're taking, particularly on a relentless creature. Now there's me sacrificing that Darkling to take 2 damage straight onto the idol. And then I'm going to curse the back undead guy. At this point, I still have no clue what it did. Because the Kinsfolk guy had so many enchantments on him that he was bound to die regardless of what happened. And we can't tell what it was that killed him.
Oh, well. Oh, Slenderman got poisoned.
Yeah, which means he's dead next go regardless of what I do now. Oh, yeah, that's the problem with the Bitterroot. The Bitroot. It's, oh, it can... It's a good structure, though. It's a brilliant structure.
It does a good job, it just really fucks people.
No use against range stuff. It's only got two health on it, and it can't poison something that hasn't attacked it in melee
Against
range.
your Pew Pew energy deck, it would be...
Fuck all use.
Yeah.
Other than to block 2 damage.
Yeah.
Or if it's growth and they've boosted up its health, then...
Blocking several hundred damage.
Pretty much, yeah. Now the other thing, actually, that reminds me, the other thing that they've added in with the Decay release is if you look at the trials now, you'll notice that you'll have a few more easy, medium and hard trials.
Yay.
There is one called Marathon.
Oh.
It's brilliant. You have to kill 3 of your opponent's idols. Every idol starts with 99 health,
Oh my god.
rather than 10.
Ow.
That's one that I really look forward to playing, but I will stick to my complete everything before that thing. But
Well, I'll
hopefully,
have a look at it.
it should be quite cool. In fact, we should probably do a few playthroughs of that just to see how everyone else does with it,
Yeah.
because that'll be quite cool. Now, as you can see, I'm kind of screwed because, well, I've got the Infected Blight on that Infected Gravelock of theirs, which is brilliant, except the fact that it won't kill it because those Vitality Wells will heal it by 1 every other turn at this point, because the countdown has synced up beautifully for it. Now, I haven't got a lot on the field at this point, they've got a lot on the field. But it's all low health and low attack stuff, so they're going to be nibbling away at me while I build up my army.
Nibble, 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 nibble.
Exactly, just like that.
Nibble.
And they're in a better position than I am, because they've got 4 scrolls in their hand. How many have I got? 2. So at this point, I've got to think... This isn't a brilliant showing of all the different cards, because I haven't used most of them. Well, I haven't used a few of them.
2 scrolls.
Oh dear.
Ah.
Now that Maya Curse...
1 scroll.
Well, there's me cursing the Infected Gravelock because I don't like it anymore and it has to die. And the Maya Curse poisons. It does damage to the thing you target, but it also poisons everything adjacent to it.
That's cool.
It's quite nice. I think that's what it does at least. So, the Decay is quite enchantment heavy with this particular release. And I haven't seen a lot in the way of creatures.
It's quite you. It's quite nurbly.
It is quite, and I'm quite I must admit, I'm quite enjoying playing as it.
Nurgly.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. But, and also you can see how it just swings on a dime, because I was doing quite well at one point, now I'm not doing so well. I'm quite honest.
Now you're having a large wrought iron spike plunge deep into your... Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Ow. Now the Shroud of Unlife is brilliant, but I'm going to put it on that guy. That's the one that I think, when that particular creature dies, you get another undead husk. Ooh, the Rot Eater. Brilliant. We'll play with that next turn, I think. For now, we'll put down a Bitterbark right in front of the Gravelock Outcast. Let's poison all the things.
Poison all the things.
Yep. Because poison's brilliant, and so far the only deck able to use it has been Growth. because they've got the Ranger's Bane. Now Decay does it better, bitch.
Yay!
It's brilliant. So that wolf is dead now. And so is that husk. Now they have one creature, and I have two. But they do have they do have more flexibility with what they've got. And they've also got 5 scrolls in their hand. So this is still up in the air for what I can do. Searing Shackles. No, that's Infectious Blight. Jeez, yeah, because that'll pass to another one of my creatures if it dies from it. Which it will in my next go.
My moustache tastes of elderflowers.
That's not a good thing. However, killing it did bring out the undead husk. That's quite nice.
What?
Why does my moustache taste of elderflower?
I don't know.
Have you been snogging a flower?
I've not had anything elderflowery near me.
Oh dear. Now this is a brilliant card.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. If a
It's
creature
good.
dies,
That... Yeah.
if a creature on an adjacent tile dies, it increases its attack and health by 1.
Nice. That
It's brilliant.
looks like the final boss I was fighting earlier, actually.
A little bit, yeah.
Finished Dead Space 3 earlier. Good ending. Which is why, again, fuck you, EA. All that goodwill that you'd built up recently, dead. Like
Now-
the space in my heart where
I
Dead
think
Space
it-
4 should be.
Oh. Now notice that he killed off the undead husk that was behind it. It's now 4/4,
Yay!
which means it's quite nasty. And that's that particular poison thing dead. That's fine, because I should be able to start doing some real damage to his stuff now.
That gooey thing looks like Experiment Crash from Magic the Gathering,
It does a little bit, yeah.
who also kind of evolves, if that makes sense.
That's
So-
true, yeah. That's quite cool. We got a bit of a Magic Scrolls link up there. Not too bad, not too bad at all. So I have another Curse Monger out. My last one died, but less than 2 turns on, I have another.
I want there to be angels in this game.
I imagine the closest you might get is the Wings Shield at the moment.
Energy angels. Robotic angels.
That'd be cool. If they were automated, they'd go on my deck. I'm renaming my energy deck, by the way, to Automated Titans, because there are no humans in that deck. None whatsoever. And there's that Vitality Well taken down to 1. Let's finally kill it off, because it's been really annoying me all game. Oh dear. So this is going to be interesting, because now I have quite the powerful creature on board, and if they can't kill it, then it's going to do quite a lot of damage. But the Champion's Ring will soon see to that. Oh dear. This could all be over soon, because that idol's on 2. I've not done a very good job of defending it, really.
No.
Ooh, Searing Shackles. That's a brilliant one. Deals 2 damage to a unit that moves. It's got an extra effect. At the end of the enchanted unit's turn, at the end of the person who controls the enchanted unit turn, it deals 1 damage to the idol behind it.
Okay.
Now, that thing won't move, so that thing won't take 2 damage every time it moves. But in 2 turns, the idol behind it is going to be dead.
Yay.
And that Vitality Well is almost dead, apart from the fact it's now been healed.
Did the giant blob of whatever...
It just got poisoned, yeah.
It
And
just
that's-
moved as well. That was disconcerting.
Yeah, it just went forward and attacked.
It doesn't look like it should be able to move.
After seeing it actually in action, I quite like the look of that.
It's quite cool, isn't it? It's quite a potent creature. And as soon as you summon a 1/2 creature, it can't attack. Well, it can't really do damage.
Ouch.
Now there's the brilliant thing about that Mile Ogre. It moved, because it will always move to a random adjacent tile when it attacks. It's brilliant.
That's cool.
Now, how am I going to get out of this? Because I am... At the end of their next go, they've lost an idol.
So you'd
But...
be 2 for 2, but I think you may be a little boned.
Just a bit, yeah. Now, that's another Ilmaya Rot Eater. So, let's put that one up the top.
As long as you don't put a rot eater up the bottom, that would be a problem.
Well, if I protect him, if he kills off any units near it, it increases its attack. Which is nice. Now let's curse a unit, shall we? Who shall we curse?
Kath!
This is quite the decision. So many things to curse, so little time. Let's curse the... like the Darkling, perhaps. Maybe.
Slenderman. No, the guy in the hat.
Yes, they got the hat. Not the kinsfolk, because we don't like kinsfolk. Ridiculously easy to power up, pretty much.
Yeah.
And hopefully, damn it, the vitality well's now healed to 3, so my infected Gravelock won't kill it next go.
Oh.
That's the annoying thing. If you can keep your units being healed, decay doesn't mean a damn thing sometimes, which is annoying. But yeah, we live with it. All right, so what are they going to do in response? Yeah, now it's moving down to take on my other idols down the bottom, because that's where I'm weakest, and they know that. And
You're weakest in the bottom, eh?
Oh dear. Yeah, another idol
There's
dead.
another idol. Nice.
Sweet.
So now you're fairly even?
Pretty much, yeah. Except I've done a little bit more damage to them than they have to me.
Yeah, you're 10-10-7, they are 10-8-7.
Yep.
Which, that 2 damage could swing it, but it's a tight game and they seem to have the upper hand right now.
A little bit, yeah. They've got the best removal and creature attacking.
Best of both worlds right now.
Pretty much, yeah. So I'm just, at this point, hoping for the best. Which may or may not be enough. Because that thing will deal 1 damage to anything adjacent to it now. So I put anything on those 3 tiles around it, and it's going to eventually die.
Pillar of Disease is a purple mushroom. That's worrying.
Now the great thing is, if I want to power up my Rot Eater, I can just get things to die around it. Just put it in front of that thing, because it'll take 1 damage every single time.
Is it supposed to be a death horn, maybe?
Sorry?
The, Pillar of Disease. Death horn is a deadly mushroom.
Oh, maybe.
Possibly.
I didn't know that. It might be, yeah. No, far as it wouldn't surprise me. Illustrators take cues from the natural world all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that Mylurk's dead at the next go because it attacked the Bitterroot. Ha! Screw you.
You've got a lot of stuff that can do damage this turn now.
I do indeed, yes. Now, ooh, that's an interesting one. Grizzly Graft. You enchant a creature on it, and all the creatures adjacent to it die. And it gains power equal to that number of creatures.
Awesomeness.
So you could use it on you, or you could use it on your opponent.
Yeah. You can use it on your opponent to massively boost one of their creatures, but to kill all the ones adjacent to it.
You could have, say, a bunny in the middle of it. You use that on it, then say you use Burn on the bunny. You burn the bunny, you get a card, and you massively boost the creatures around the bunny.
Yeah. Well, no, it would...
you kill the creatures.
The creatures around the bunny die, and it gains attack and health equal to the number of creatures around
so
it.
you'd suddenly have massively overpowered bunny.
Yep, but they'd have less creatures.
Ah.
And Violent Dispersal couldn't really screw with it. Now, at this point, I think I'm kind of screwed. I've still got the Grizzly Graft, and my...
Ow.
Ow!
Yeah.
Your blood
9
died.
damage in 1 hit.
Yeah. Quite
You
nasty.
might well be boned.
I've still got 1 more turn before that Rot of Aelmai comes off countdown. Now, I'm actually going to get that Darkling thing to sack up the top. And deal 2 damage to that idol. That's useful. And there's Jay Bickley calling it already. GG, well played. Now, is there anything I can do to stop this? Anything at all? I think if I get rid of that for more cards... And there's me calling it as well. Again, post-production, hi! In case you haven't realised. Hello! So... I think if I get rid of that, and... Oh, brilliant. More stuff I can put down. Quick! Throw it in front of the idol!
You might actually hold on for longer.
I'm hoping I will, actually.
Now remember, we record these 6 months in advance and do the audio, like, much, much later, so...
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's how we recorded this, like, 6 months before the Decay stuff came out then.
Well. Cool, so I've got an Undead Husk, which I'm going to put down there. It sounds weird, but I have a plan. Those who guess my plan and try and put it in the comments quickly...
Is it a cunning plan?
It is indeed a cunning plan. That Mylurk has moved and will attack that particular structure. Not a problem. That's not a problem at all.
Is it as cunning as a fox that went to Oxford University?
More so. More so.
Is it as cunning as Dodger?
More so.
Really?
Now that Kinsfolk Veteran spawned in and is haste, so that structure there is dead, opening the way next turn for the idol to die to the sister of the fox.
Is it as cunning as Solid Snake hiding in a bush to avoid enemy guards?
Yes. Now here we go. Let's use... Now do I get rid of that or do I use it? Got rid of more cards. Yay, Maya things and atrophies. Brilliant stuff to really fuck with their stuff. Sweet. So now I can just do a lot of damage to all their stuff quite quickly. So let's put it on that guy because he got 4 health and I don't like him. When the game decides to catch up.
Does he spread it to the rest?
Kinda, yeah. So it can put on him and it'll. I think it deals 1 damage to everything else when it attacks. Let's move the Maya Lurker back up there. And. Now his effect. Bear in mind that Rot Eater's effect and watch as its attack and health skyrocket.
Whoa.
It's now a 9/9 creature.
And
Nom.
you nicely played.
Now that happened because 3 creatures around it died, giving it +3, and because 3 creatures around it died, it got another +3.
Yeah, that's
Did you think you were going to be able to win?
ridiculously
No,
potent.
I had no idea I was going to be able to do that. But that was really well played by Jay Bickley. A brilliant match.
Really good ending play there. Well done.
Oh yeah, I managed to pull that one back ridiculously quickly. I had no idea I'd be able to do that. But so let's go to the store and grab ourselves some scrolls. We have enough for 3 because this week Mojang have upped the amount of gold you need for a scroll to 200. So Return to Nature. That one will get you growth if you manage to play it well. Cluster Hex is useful. Gives I think a unit and adjacent units curse 1, and that is one of the ones I couldn't play. That gives you undead husks.
New shop music as well.
Yep, that's all we have time for, guys. Like, favourite, and subscribe to support the series. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.